two polarities existing as one, as the beginning, as an ultimate eternity. They begin to recognize each other as separate entities, but of the same. They begin to recognize their fate, the fate of existence. They have found themselves upon one another at a perfect distance, not coming closer and not going farther. But they do not exist by themselves. There is yet another force which suspends them at equal parts. The force among the two polarities is known as space, inner space between them. Seconds after they became aware of space, they attempted to eliminate it, to remain as nothing, as they always have. But instead of attracting one another to eliminate space, they throw space outward, and thus exploding recognition into a larger consciousness, and pulling the polarities apart from one another. It was said that he understood that which others could not comprehend. His nature had grown into dual realities, and realities unknown. He floats in space, consumed by nothing, confined in a small round isolation tank. He is still, being carried by gravity, drifting endlessly. He remains forever. Kraniak's journey of realizing secrets of the universe would eventually lead him to places unknown. He spent his time walking through the fields of the land, gazing upon the elements surrounding him. Every day on his way home, he would steal the energy from 5 owls to relax his temptations of eliminating all existence. One day, after an extensive period of time in the isolation chamber, Kraniak found himself clenching the left side of his chest, struggling to stand up. He felt a pain that he had never felt before. Not only was it painful, it was empty. While working at the isolation center, Kraniak's pain increased dramatically. It did not concern him as to what could be causing it, but he was concerned about not being able to continue his studies. He had not ever been to see a doctor, and he knew that this was his time to go. After being tested, it was discovered that the pain and emptiness that Kraniak had felt had been the product of not having a heart. The doctor immediately gave Kraniak a heart from a man who had just died. He began to feel very different. Kraniak started to remember his past, which had been repressed for so long. He had summoned the memories of his childhood, his parents, his family, and his first love. Before he knew it, his chest began to hurt for a second time. He was not having a relapse of the prior emptiness he had before. What he began to experience was that his new heart was rejecting his body. He began to convulse, to lose time, to become disillusioned with his environment. Kraniak knew that his time had come. He realized that he could finally feel his temptation of becoming one with the universe. He knew that there was no use for his energy to be transferred through the grounds of his world, but that it should be dispersed through space, where he would remain forever. Just a few days later, Kraniak's decision of going to space to die was final. He left his world with happiness in hopes to fulfill his dreams of entering the reality that he could not quite reach during his isolation studies. So he went to space, floating through nothing, endlessly. Kraniak entered into the great void, and was never seen again. Goodbye, Kraniak. Goodbye.